Do you think I need to go and paint that yellow BR, bruv?
Arms out to your mum's house. Arms out to your mum's, to your mum's, to your mum's. Arms out to your mum's house. Arms out to your mum's, to your arms out to your mum's house.
Looking slick, man. Oh shit. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Arms House to Your Mum's House, episode 90. My main man theme right there. My name is Amber. What you saying, brother?
Hello.
Episode 90, man. You know me, we're coming up to that big 100, man. 10 episodes time. I think it'll be in October at some point. Yeah, we got a jam-packed episode this week.
Oh, have you worked it out? Would it be in October?
I think October, just before my birthday. I worked it out. I can't remember exactly the date, but yeah. So,
it's not too bad, October, son.
Yeah, we got to
You
think
know
of
what I'm
something
saying,
cool.
son?
Yeah, what we doing today? We got listeners' questions if we get time to do it.
Jam-packing.
We got this book I suggested last week that I was going to pull out some photos from like the foundation era of New York train painting from 73 to 75 that someone sent in. Themes looked up some of his favorite hand styles.
Banging hand styles.
We'll get into that.
We're going to talk about the importance of the hand styles.
Yeah, what's that? A fork? Is that a afro?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm for finding bare stuff because we're going camping. Do you know what I mean? Man's got the do-rag with like the afro comb brush coming out.
I thought that's what you was trying to do. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
we got some music to listen to and all sorts of stuff. But theme, if you would allow me to get something off my chest beforehand. I just want to kind of I'm not going to go too into it, but man, I got to talk about these Gammon Gatherings that have been happening over the past week or so.
Those GGs.
I mean, it's not even funny, man.
Gammon Gatherings.
It's fucking depressing, man, that people can be so manipulated and misled
so easily
into this shit, and taken advantage of, man. And it all spawned from such a horrible incident that happened in Southport. Like 3 kids were killed, man. You know what I mean? Like this is like
by a British man. Born in Cardiff.
Born in Cardiff, but I think his parents were from Rwanda, but he was born in Cardiff.
He was born here, so that's it.
Because he was 17, that obviously they couldn't release his name or his identity. It's the law. You can't release it. He's still a minor. You know what I mean? He's still a child.
But he was turning 18 like a week later, there wasn't he?
But I was seeing almost immediately after hearing about the Southport incident, memes and like misinformation of people saying his name was Ali Al-Jabbar, like, just some crazy Arabic name.
Oh, really? So, I never saw any of that shit.
No, trust me, I was looking on it and actually went on TikTok for the first time in fucking ages, and it was all over there, people discussing, and it basically just became this whole topic of talking about migrants and we're letting too many illegal immigrants in and all this shite.
Yeah, I see a lot of that.
And it just spiraled into these fucking mobs running out. Like, obviously it kicked off in Southport, and it kicked off in like one of the mosques got kicked over. They broke down one of the walls or something, and then it kicked off in Sunderland and kicked off in fucking where else? Hull and like a couple of other places, and in London down in Downing Street. But it wasn't too bad here in Downing Street. But man, it was just sad to see, you know what I mean? Like people like these grifters, like Tommy Robinson, under the guise of patriotism and we love our country and all that. Let's get our country back. The like Trump rhetoric, you know what I mean? Even though these guys have been around longer than Trump has. But, Farage as well, Reform, they based their whole thing on fear of immigrants, man. And Theme, you must have seen that meme. It's an old meme of like an old rich guy sat at a table with 2 guys either side of him. And one of them is like a builder, dressed as a builder, representing the working class. And the other guy is in like an ethnic minority. And the rich guy has a big plate full of cookies. Yeah. And then the builder has 1 cookie. And then the rich guy is pointing at the ethnic minority saying, "Oi, watch out, mate. He's trying to take your cookie, man. He's trying to take your cookie."
But he's sitting there with a big plate of cookies.
It's like, it boils it down to its simplest form, And And it's just sad to see, man. And also a lot of people, I was sad to see a couple people in the London graff scene sharing some of this rhetoric, as well, this fear mongering. And yeah, and it was just, but I was happy to see that most people didn't, you know what I mean? Like there was a lot of people speaking against it as well. So, I don't want to take away from them as well, man. But yeah, it was just frustrating. And like this type of thing, this fear mongering of the other, in this case, migrants, you know what I mean? Like blaming them for all your problems when we live in a fucking, under these elites, you know what I mean? That have all the money, all this 1%, you know what I mean? They're the ones in control. They're the ones with everything, trying to distract you and fight amongst each other so you don't fight against them. You know what I mean? It's like it's a tale as old as politics itself, man. But still, it seems like a good tactic for some people. You know what I mean? Again, like Trump is running his whole thing on fucking immigration and the border and all this stuff, and they're not actually doing anything positive, man. But sorry, man, I just had to go off on a little rant. All you EDL,
perfectly acceptable rant against the Gammons.
Because also,
ban all the Gammons, then.
My parents are immigrants, man, and they've come here to this country. They're proud to call themselves English. I remember after 30 years of being here, they finally got their British passports, and we had one of the biggest parties ever, man, because they were so fucking happy. And they've done nothing but bring positivity here. You know what I mean? They
happy about the British passports,
and they're
finally getting them.
Especially my dad being a journalist, he loved this country for the freedom of speech. You know what I mean? Like coming from Syria, where it's a dictatorship, and that dictator was propped up by the Brits for many, many, many years. You know what I mean? Until they became the bad guy, and we got to bring them freedom and all that shit. It's like, so they're very proud to call themselves English. And like I said, my mom's a teacher and an artist, and my dad was, journalist, and they've brought nothing but positivity to this country, man. Like most immigrants fucking do. You know what I mean? And of course, there's
of the very, very few. There's very, very few immigrants. It's like 0 point something. It's like an absolutely ridiculous. And then below one number when you look at the population. And so, proportion of the population, with the amount of cunts out there, and the amount of even the amount of semi-cunts out there, and every single type of chief is out there,
exactly
doing things that these people say you shouldn't do, like scrounge off the government and sign on, work part-time and get cash in hand, all these like kind of anti-immigrant things, bring down the prices, all that kind of shit. It's just it's mad to think that because I made a deliberate effort to just buoy off all political stuff on my Instagram, because I've been trying to do it because it's just a horrific place to be. If not, I was just seeing dead babies and stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
And now most of the time it's like basketball and something else. And it's good to know that it's worked, because I haven't seen any. I've seen that sort of shit, like when I've looked at like BBC News, but I haven't seen any of that like bullshit floating around Instagram in a right wing kind of way. I haven't seen. I've seen a couple of the white geezer get but they take the piss videos.
Yeah.
I think you posted one of them actually. The geezer who gets.
I mean,
the geezer who gets the rock in the head and the rock in the face at the same time turns around, walks back to his brethren and gets a rock in the fucking nuts, bruv, properly in the cock and ball set. Oh, it's rank.
Yeah, that was rank, man. And I think it's social media is a bad place to get your politics from.
It is.
So I think
it is. It's a massive part of the problem. You're talking about things like TikTok. You know, that's a TikTok. That's a trend in itself. If it's not really catching on and it's all a little bit too young or a little bit too right wing, it'll be much bigger on TikTok than it will be on Instagram and then Facebook. And it kind of goes up like that. I've not got TikTok.
Yeah, don't.
Miss all them dances, all them challenges, all them. I don't understand them unless someone posts them on Instagram.
Yeah,
but from what I gather is like them. You know what I mean? They are on TikTok.
Yeah,
and they know how to.
I mean, hopefully the kids, because they're better at navigating it, I assume. And I mean, God knows what's going through a kid's
I saw
head.
a black guy pick up what was it? Smoke grenade.
Oh yeah.
Some sort of, I don't know, what's it called? You don't have smoke grenades in England, do you? But he picked one up, like a flare or something, I guess it was, and he lobbed it back.
Yeah.
And apparently lobbed it back at all these white youths who'd already lobbed it at him.
And they
used that as a reason
to
go and spark him, and they all sparking him, and there's bare people filming. It's like, you're just thinking, this place... Every day I've come back from Dominica, somebody's been murked.
Yeah.
And I can remember like the first three, what they were. There was like, I can't remember the first one now, but the second one was some kid in Hackney. It was every day we came back, someone woke up, someone had been...
Yeah.
And then this...
There is such a thing.
There is a bit of a madness at the moment, bro. Things are fucked up. When you've got no one to blame, and you're uneducated, and the first thing that your brethrens and the masses around you kind of start following, you just follow it.
Yeah, it's true.
Just fucking go. You got nothing else.
With social media, they're not held accountable for what they put out there. They, people can just upload whatever the fuck they want.
Madness,
you know what I mean?
on social. It's madness. If you're a father and your kids are 10 and they're going to get phones for year 6 because they're going to walk to school, I'm just thinking about fucking Instagram and shit like that. I'm thinking, fuck me. I have to get Bill and Ted phones in this beginning of this school term.
Oh wow, okay. Well, they should be schooling they teach you maths and English. There should be a class on how to navigate social media. I think there should be, or at least like critical thinking, how to find out if something is real or not. You know what I mean? I have no idea how to tackle this, man. And yeah, man, and like even there was that incident of the police in Manchester. Like there was a guy lying on the floor, and immediately when the video started, it's literally just him booting this dude on the head. Yeah, this policeman. And obviously that got shared, went viral. Everyone's like, fuck the police. And of course, fuck the police, you know what I mean, for many reasons. But that video was crazy.
But of course, fuck the police.
But then, obviously, my immediate thought was, why is it cut from that exact moment? Like, what happened before? You know what I mean? Like, and now, lo and behold, the whole video came out eventually. And yes, these 3 guys attacked these policemen. And you could see the scars on all the policemen. They were all pretty fucked up. Now, does that excuse him from kicking him while he was on the floor? No, but it provides context. You know what I mean? Nuance and context gets removed from so many things. But anyway, theme. Sorry, I didn't want to go into this too deep. You know what I mean? But people leave a comment.
People believe that as well. When I see something utterly ridiculously fucking AI and made up on
and they believe it.
Some massive kind of megalodon coming and just wiping everyone out who's actually on the beach. Yeah. And it swims in and somehow like skids around on the sand in a U-bend to go back in the sea, ducks out, everyone's done. And the comments on it.
Some people,
when did this happen? Yeah. Oh my God.
But mate, I see my mum fall for like a lot of stuff. She'll show me stuff and go, "Can you believe this?" And I'm like, "Mum, it's obviously AI, or it's obviously been edited to look like that, or it's obviously."
But imagine all the grannies and that won't know what the fuck's going on. All the mums and that won't know what the fuck's going on. It's only going to be like the younger you are, the more you know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, you know what I did actually during the pandemic? There was a video that went viral of this guy in New York filming outside of his window, and you could hear just crowds singing Biggie Smalls. I can't remember which.
Oh yeah.
And then, going, yo, the whole neighborhood is united. We're all indoors and we're all singing Biggie together. And it like looked like a really cool, joyous video. And I at first thought, oh, that's pretty cool. But then lo and behold, the audio was from a live show where they were all singing along, and they just put the audio on with the visual. And so you know what I did? I fucking basically filmed outside my window. I was living in a flat at the time. And I overdubbed it with people singing, "Oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw." And I had people in the comments going, "Oh, I can't believe it. I want to live where you live. Oh, looks cool." And I was like, people just believe things straight away. You got to have some critical thinking, people. You know what I mean? Don't, if anything, you're
not even critical thinking. It's when you're looking at stuff like that, the first option, everything is bullshit.
That should be your default. That should be the default thing until proven otherwise.
Absolute fucking bollocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single thing.
Exactly.
And if it looks like you might want to spend a few seconds like looking into it, and then you look into it, but
exactly, that's it. 100%. I think
everything
that's a healthy
is
way
fucking
to be.
bollocks.
Well, not bollocks, but like,
Bruv, Bill and Ted are going to be. Imagine Bill and Ted. They're going to go on Instagram soon.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's on you as the parent, man. You got to navigate. You got to help them.
Restrict their usage.
Not restrict. No, not restrict.
Stuff,
no, not restrict. Just kind of like have a talk with them. Show them a couple of examples and go, look, like you just said now. Just say, look, do not be manipulated by this stuff. Look into things if you really want to find out. Use trusted sources. Find many different sources, not just one source, and make your mind up from that one thing alone. It's not that difficult. We have the internet. It doesn't take long to just research things if you're really interested in finding out, or getting close to the truth. I mean, finding 100% truth of anything is near impossible. To be 100% certain about things is near impossible. So it's pointless trying, but you can get as close to it.
It's so weird, isn't it? You've got access to absolutely everything in the entire human history of everything.
It's too much, yeah.
And you don't know if it's bullshit. You've got to find the real link, the real thing. Oh, yeah, this one's okay. Yeah, this one you can use. This one, there would be.
Well, it's a famous political tactic called muddying the waters, where to prevent people from finding the truth, you just flood it with bullshit. Like, again, this is a tactic Trump uses. He lies so fucking much in one speech. You can't keep up with the lies that you can't, like, you just kind of let it go. You know what I mean? You let 10 lies go and then call him up on one. And then it's just, next thing you know, he's already told another 10 lies. It's like, that's called muddying the waters, man. And it's done deliberately by some people. And it's done out of ignorance from some people. And it's done out of racism of other people. Like, it's just mad, convoluted, crazy fucking world, man. and nothing is black and white. Nothing is good and evil. Everything is gray area, people, man. You know what I mean? Anyway. Another... Actually, no, fuck it. I can't be bothered to keep chatting about this. Brother, let's get into this book, man. This was sent in to me by a listener. I cannot remember who. Please comment below so I can give you props, man. Remind me who sent this in. He said...
Haven't they done that? This person, haven't you already asked them to do that?
Yeah, they did.
And they did that.
I don't know.
They left a comment of their name and now we're asking again.
It's possible. I can't even remember. I'm so fucked, man. I'm really hungover, by the way, people. I'm almost going to white.
Mash up.
I'm on a... Actually, I had an eventful week. I went to see Far Side and The Roots and De La Soul at a festival down in Crystal Palace. It pissed down with torrential rain for about an hour, but it was great. It was warm. I didn't get cold, so that was all my concern was. It was an amazing show, incredible crowd. Saw so many cool people there. So salute everybody. I'm not going to list everybody out because, but you know who you are. I also went last night for a mate's night down here in West London, 90s hip hop dance hall night. It was fucking wicked. Big up my mate Nat, little Nat. She used to edit Big Smoke magazine. Do you remember that magazine, that UK hip hop magazine? Yeah. So she's got connections and stuff, and she's a great girl, and it was a great night. So congrats to her. But I drank way too fucking much, man. Anyway, sorry. We're going to do this book. It's called New York Subway Art, 1973 to 1975. Photographs and paintings by Keith. We couldn't work out, is it Bo or Boff or whatever? Let's just go with Boff. I'm going to go with Boff, man.
Boff.
So to people... I'm not...
Yeah, what are we saying? Why are you particularly looking at this train book again?
Well, I'm not so clued up about this era. This is like...
73 to 75.
Yeah, like this is like the foundational...
Johnny Come Alive era. These are the original trains.
Yeah, and as we mentioned as well, and as Scheme said, like most of these people were 13, 14, maybe, 15, 16 years old. So these are kids running around New York. This is... like I said, the foundation, and I kind of wanted to go through it to kind of show people, maybe the younger. I want to show maybe some of the younger people who might not be too aware of it. To be honest, I'm not even that aware of this.
I'm not too
this era.
Too.
But it's like,
because this is like the beginning of style.
Yeah, Exactly.
This is the beginning of start. So they don't look, you know, they don't look particularly great if you were to look at it now. Later on, they start looking fucking banging.
It's like if you just gave your average
that's
Joe.
why I've probably allowed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
looking at the kind of, you're like, yeah. But
And also,
I'm down for. I want to see like the originals.
And also, theme, you have to keep in mind at this point in time, you know, no one had camera phones. It was all done by film, and it wasn't very well documented because the kids doing it weren't documenting it that well. Everyone else,
we had to steal cameras and shit, son.
yeah, and everyone else was. It was a scourge of New York. You have to realize these dudes, like, graffiti wasn't the graffiti we know now. Back then, it was like these kids are writing all over the trains. It's disgusting. They're taking a piss. They're taking over. They were demonized a lot back then, you know, by most people. You know,
we just out here painting trains and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Son. And obviously, none of these kids knew what they were creating at the time, like what they would develop into. And like, if you gave an average Joe now, someone who knows nothing about graffiti, and you gave them a spray can, like, it would look like some of the stuff I'm going to show you. You know, just standard capital letters. And then I want to show you kind of, it goes into some of these artists here. When I say foundational, I'm talking like things we take for granted, like 3D, bubbles. Clouds around your piece.
Being the dude that started doing 3D, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? And obviously they were influenced by what would you call it, like pop art, you know what I mean? Like packaging and comic books, and you know, they're inspired by all these things. You can tell by the lettering, you know, graphic design at the time, you know, the fonts they used, like you can tell they were copying things, what they saw around them and developing them. And then the things they did became staples within Graff. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. I was thinking maybe a good way to start. I'm just going to read the first paragraph of the foreword. Because Keith Boff, he's not a graffiti writer, never was a graffiti writer. He has no idea, especially at the time, he had no idea what Graff was. He just thought it looked fucking cool. He's English.
Big KB.
He was from Notting Hill here in West London, and he flew out to New York.
KB.
Actually, I'm just going to read out this first paragraph. Flying out from London, I arrived in New York City during the hot summer days of 1973. On boarding the Manhattan-bound subway train, I was surprised to witness a colorful plethora of spray paint imagery on the steel exterior of every carriage. I hung onto the strap as the train rocked and squealed up the 77th Street station on Lexington Avenue and checked out the spontaneous scrawl of black magic marker, the omnipresent and radically chaotic tags covering the carriage interior walls and windows, and I made out the names Kindo, Skip One, Jester, and Ruby Cool. This was New York graffiti, and it offered an attention-grabbing and ubiquitous welcome to the metropolis.
Very, very, very well read, old boy.
Thank you.
Very well done.
All right, let me send you the first one. And this one is like the most basic one in the book. Yeah.
Of all time.
And it's kind of to show you, you know, how it developed a little bit. Okay, so here we go. I'm sending you the first one. Come on, you fucking piece of shit.
Send it to man on WhatsApp.
On the old WhatsApp. There we go.
Or TikTok. Hondo!
So this is Hondo 2. Hondo 2, white outline, blue fill. Again, like I was saying, if you gave someone a spray can who knew nothing about Graff, that's the type of thing they would
around
do.
it, though. I already love this photo, bruv. It is a banging photo.
Yeah, I could see a gizmo and TAS strut. What's that bit? Super strut. Yeah.
The old reaches on the top along the window with the yellow reaches going over it. Bruv, come on, bruv. It's a proper Graff photo, bruv. Come on, son.
And like kind of to juxtapose that with this next one I'm about to send you. There we go.
They got the spray paint. They're testing the spray paint at the bottom of the Hondo as well. Someone was.
Oh, yeah, you could see.
I don't know why I love that photo, bruv. But it's, you know.
Still.
Let me just get the next one.
And it's and they go into the book as well. Like it's got interviews with some of the writers who did these, and they were saying how it's rare to see photos of this quality of that era because, again, like I said, not many people were documenting it. So now here, I just sent you that one. There's a Psy, PSY, then Riff, with a red outline in the middle, and then topaz on the right-hand side with like polka dots going through it, a couple stars and weird bits. This picture is a little bit blurry.
That's Tapas's dad.
Topaz, yes, exactly. Topaz.
It,
That's where Tapas got it. Yo, he was inspired by Tapas.
Dad, bro.
Tapas inspired the 73 movement. But I wanted to show this riff because you can start seeing here the font development, like compared to the Hondo before.
It's banging still, you know what I mean, in proportion and that. So it's fucking banging. I like it, bro.
And again, another staple within Graff are the serifs. You know what the serif is of a letter? It's like theme. If you do an A, you go up, down, and then you have a line in the middle. That's a capital A. But if you add little like feet on the A, those are called the serifs. Yeah, so you can see that I think like Times New Roman
on his F.
Yeah, and that's something that people do to this day. You know what I mean? But that's just a typography type of thing. All right, let's move on. I want to show you this throw up by Comet. This one is, if you just think, this is 50 years ago, man. And this, not much has changed when it comes to the throw up, man. I just send that over to you. COMET.
Jesus Christ.
You see on the M, that round bit on the right-hand side. People do that to this day.
I like this throw-up, man. Look, I wish he just... Look, you see the white? You see the white outline? It's where it's done in like a fat...
Yeah, where he'd done the first initial outline, but then he went over it in red.
Fat cap, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you say fat cap, but yeah, I mean, they didn't have fat cap before any of those things. So yeah, who knows?
But you can see how wide the stream...
And the thin line of the red and just the flow of it as well. Just you can tell I always talk about the confidence of the line. Even back then, this dude Comet, legendary.
That is confidence of the line. That
no diggity. All right, let's start. Now they start getting a little bit more.
He is fucking nasty, bruv.
They start getting a little bit more intricate now. I've just sent you another one. It says ale.
I really like that comment throughout, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
One
says ale, ALE, ale1, exactly. And you can start seeing now cloud. They're putting clouds around the piece, and obviously, most notably, the 3D going off to the right.
What year is this? Does it 3D.
Say? This is between 73 and 75. None of them have the actual date on it, but it'll be between those 3 years or so. And you can even see on the right hand side like some teardrops, like drips and stuff. That's another staple within Graff. Doing drops, and it's not a fade. There wasn't much fading going on still in these times, but it's got the two color, white at the top, red at the bottom, a little wavy bit. Again, the letters are quite crude, but it's well painted. Again, with the 3D, that's mainly what I wanted to focus on. I like the E as well. It looks like a 3. And kind of the lip at the end.
Sorry, Akit.
Yeah, sorry, Akit. The
Amber's really ill.
The lip at the ends of the letter on the L and the E, how they like curve up at the end. Again, people do that all the fucking time. The A is naff though. Allow that A, but it's all right. I'll let him off.
You're letting him off in like 1973. Yeah?
I'll let him off.
For painting a train.
I'll forgive him.
Setting the foundations of Graff. We'll let you off, El, bruv. Do you know what I mean? You've done well.
I just sent you another one now. This is this is one guy I had heard of, Cliff, who was quite prolific back then. And CLIFF. This is like, if you look, there's cracks in it. So those very crude again, like they look like M's or whatever, but there's a line coming off it, and then two lines coming off of that line, like a little crack, along the top.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, is that a fucking pen reach?
Oh yeah, it must be.
Side 5 with the arrow in that.
Side 5. There we go.
They were battering it, bruv.
In it.
They were getting on it.
But look, it's got the yellow 3D on it as well, with like little schemes going through the 3D, and it's like a window down. I like this one. Again, very crude, but cool as fuck. Another Cliff one here I'm going to send you.
Cliff, yeah, I've seen quite a lot of Cliff bits in the old past.
This one...
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this one is a bit cleaner than the one before.
Bringing characters in, son.
Well, the character on this one is from, I found out, a comic book in New York, Mort Walker's Beetle Bailey. I just sent you a bit of the comic book just to show you. So you can see, like, they were getting, like now Vaughn Bodies are, used consistently. This is way before Vaughn Bodies were used in graffiti, you know what I mean? But they were still taking characters from comic books and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to share that one to kind of show that point. Yeah, Cliff there, orange.
That is brilliant, isn't it? That's fucking brilliant, that Cliff.
With the green.
Those characters, mate.
3D.
That is banging.
You know what? I got a big up Rain Man. You know Rain Man. He kind of has that aesthetic of these writers from this, especially like someone like Blade and a couple other heads from, like, when I was flicking through this, some of the more intricate stuff. I don't know. I was being reminded a bit of Rain Man. Maybe he can reach out to us and maybe he can tell us if this is an influence on him or not. That could be cool. All right, I've only got a couple more left. Again, I didn't want to dwell on this too much because we've got lots to get through. Here's another one. This one says Mono. I'm sending it over now. Boom. MONO. It's got the arrow. It's got like lines showing movement, where people, you put two lines around your thing to make it look like it's jiggling about or whatever.
Got a decent little shadow there.
It's got the star in the middle of the O and red drips coming down, and then you can see at the bottom where the drips have landed. You know what I mean? Like and dripping.
He's done the whole green cloud behind it as well.
Green cloud and the 3D looking cool. I mean, obviously, it's not. Again, it's very crude, but
it's one of the greatest pieces of all time.
It's pretty ill, man.
It's crude, but one of the most important pieces of all time.
Yo, and yeah, and a lot of them. I mean, Cliff was going a bit mad, and like with the letters and curling them around. But a lot of these letters, they keep it simple, and they just want it to be legible and big, so that when it's riding past on the train, they can point it out with their friends and go, "Look, I did that." You could just imagine them just bugging out when they were seeing their trains running. Definitely. All right, okay. I'm going to send this.
I'm definitely standing on the platform and looking at that shit all day.
All day, imagine, man. Here's another throw up by Mouse 3YB. Again, this one would hold up today next to any throw up, in my opinion. Maybe the M, the middle bit, is a bit small, but that S. Look at that S, man.
Yeah. I like the U. I like all of it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Like a dusty-ish feel.
I just love those trains. They just look so fucking...
Oh, man. And they're huge as well, these trains, man. They're pretty fucking big, man. I just love that throw-up there, man. I think that one... And again, I think the throw-ups show more so than ever just like how innovative these guys were, because not much has changed when it comes to the throw-ups. Now with Pieces and Wild Styles, you see some of the trains, even in New York, getting painted... Some crazy shit people are doing now, but it's like in the Olympics, someone will run the 100 meters in 10 seconds and then everyone will be like, oh, he broke the world record. How could he do it? No one can run faster than that. And then it just takes that one guy who does it that little bit faster. And then the other guy does it a little bit faster. And now people are running it, in under 9 seconds, 8 seconds and shit. I don't know the exact time, to be honest.
Just thinking about painting the New York subway.
Oh, man.
I'm always talking about you could retire from Graff from that.
Yeah.
You could retire from Graff from that forever. But painting New York subway, quite a lot of people have done it.
Yeah.
Big up, all those people have gone over there and done that.
I mean, we've spoken about it several times on the pod already. We've looked at them and we even chatted to Scheme about it. And Scheme was even super boosted about like all the dudes painting.
And obviously Robbo went over and painted it.
Yeah, the legendary
Rest
Robbo.
in peace, Robbo.
It was 10-year anniversary of his passing this weekend. So let's, what, Theme, stand up. Let's give Robbo a standing salute, man.
A standing salute for the big man.
There we go. Boom. Yeah, man. Who else passed away? DJ Randall passed away as well. Famous drum and bass
Oh,
DJ.
fucking hell, I know.
You know,
I
he
know.
signed my New York subway map when I was in New York, and I went to the Zulu Nation thing when I met, Ultra Mag MCs, all that stuff, and I got my New York subway map to get signed.
Yeah.
Randall was there. He was at the event. He was DJing at one of the events, so I got him to sign it as well, man. So he was one
Randall.
guy we used to listen to back in the day.
Back in the days.
Yeah, absolute Don, man. So
DJ
rest in
Randall.
peace to him.
He must have been quite young.
Yeah. He's 50 odd, I think. Something like that. I'm not sure. But Theme, I also had a song that I wanted to play linked up to these trains. I was going to play it before, but I completely forgot. So let me play it now, and then we'll get into your Handstyles, yeah?
Chat about Handstyles.
All right, because this is a song, because this book was from 1973 to 75. So I looked up what was the biggest song in 1973. And it was this, and surprisingly, it was the Doobie Brothers' Long Train Runnin'. So let's get into that. What was it called? Long Train
Where would you be
Runnin'.
Theme,
we were going to go into your Handstyles, but I tell you what, let's do this listener question first. We'll get this out of the way. It shouldn't take too long. And then we'll listen to your song, and then we'll get into some hand stylings. Okay, so here's the question. Please, people, keep sending in your questions. We want you to leave a voice note so we can play it like this. I think it's a good format. We love hearing your questions. Please don't be shy. Send them in. We're running low, either through the email or through the DMs in the Instagram. You can get a friend to do it if you don't want to have your voice on it. You could use a voice modulator, whatever the fuck you want. Just send in a question, man. And it doesn't even have to be about Graff. It can be about anything you want. But anyway, here's this question sent in. Check it out.
Yo, I have a question, and it is a Graff-related question. Is a chrome dub with a chrome keyline whack? Whether it's a trackside, a roadside, fucking wherever it is it whack?
Relatively simple question there. Is a chrome keyline for a chrome dub whack? Theme, any thoughts? I mean, I have thoughts on the matter.
If the outline is black and you've done it like on the walk home from a mission, I've done dubs like that which I quite liked.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
in our era, in the 90s, everyone used to do that. Do a dub, black outline, chrome border around it.
I mean, well, no, I would tend to. I would, if I could. It was if I had a lack of paint. If I didn't have any other color.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It looks more Graff.
And the point of a keyline,
this paint and rare.
And the point of a keyline is to make your dub stand out from whatever's behind it. You know what I mean? It could be loads of tags around it that could interfere with your outline. So you put a little keyline and it kind of makes it pop out for a little bit more. That's the point of a keyline. So if you don't have any other color, if you literally only have a chrome and a black, then hell yeah, keyline in the chrome, man. Why the fuck not? Personally, I always try to have another color there, like a yellow, or if I'm doing white highlights, I'll do it in white. You know what I mean? Like I'll try and do it in a different color. I'll rarely keyline in the same color I filled in with, you know? But again, if I don't have the paint.
No, nowadays you never do it. But when I was doing graff, and when I've done a bit of graff recently, some of those dubs are just chrome and chrome.
Yeah.
Chrome, black, chrome.
No, and it's not whack.
Some of them look sick.
To answer your question, sir, it's not whack. No, it depends on the dub. If the dub's whack, then it's whack. The keyline has nothing to do with it.
Do you know what I really want to do is dubs with blue, but plastico, super enamel, whatever it was called, blue, like dark ultramarine or whatever, dark blue.
Fill?
No, outline.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
You never find the same blue.
No.
If you go to like a paint place and get like a dark blue, is this kind of blue? It never the same.
It's true.
I used to love those fucking dubs, bro.
There's a few
people did dubs like that.
There's a few navy blues that you can get that aren't too bad to use for outlines, but yeah,
it was but that. Do you know the paint? The super enamel plastic oak blue.
Yeah.
I can't remember what kind of blue it was, man.
I'll look it up. I'll find it. I'll put it.
But it was banging.
Yeah.
For outlines.
Back in the day, high coats were my go-to for outlines. You could get a nice crisp line. One tin, they were small tins, but if you were doing a 3-letter word, it was more than enough to do a nice outline, or you get 2 high coats. Again, matte black, you know what I'm saying? Maybe rainbow blue or what were the other high coat colors, you know what I mean? And also high coats were great for highlights as well, again, because of the skinny lines and shit. And they were well pressured as well. Didn't come out too quick.
Yeah. Because they were still fresh.
Yeah, man.
All the high cuts now are just dead. Do you remember when I went to that place and he said you can buy all of these high... And I think I texted you. So
yeah.
We can get all of these high coats for 50 quid. And you're like, yeah. There's a reason that says shit.
Half of them probably don't even work, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, listen, let's get into your song and then we'll get into some...
Well, listen, what I want to quickly remind you about
Sure.
is the chat about Arms House road trips.
Yeah.
Because it would be fucking sensational.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Maybe Arms House Europe somewhere.
We'll do like a vlog. Trip. We'll do a vlog where rather than do
an episode there.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere, come back. Like with the fucking amount of jokes. You'd have to travel with Andy Shaw. Like everything would fuck up all the way. You'd be able to document it, finally prove it.
Yeah.
Then we'd get there, it'd be ridiculous trying to get there.
Yeah.
It'd be banging.
We were thinking Paris, a Paris trip. We'll drive down there, get the Eurotunnel or something. Or the ferry.
There's options like that, like doing graff and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, John.
Or maybe even a road trip to Amsterdam, man. You know what I mean? It's not too far. I've done it several times, driven that. I know you have as well. So that's doable. Yeah, we can make that.
I was more thinking like Cannes, you know, we go to France.
To the beach. You know, I've driven there as well. I've driven to Cannes, to the south of France. It takes like a good 11 hours, man, if it's non-stop from Calais all the way to the south. I've done that drive, man, in one day.
Yeah, but we could Tuesday.
Hectic. Yeah, I Tuesday.
The whole thing would be dope.
I did it with my dad. We kind of tag team drove all the way down. And it's good to have because you'll have the car while you're there as well, and you can do missions in the car and shit. You know, you'd have to rent a car and all that. But yeah, no, that's a wicked idea. People, join the Patreon below if you want to help us fund a trip away, and we can catch jokes and we'll film it and bring you more jokes.
But where should we go? Ask the people. I'm asking the people.
Let us know, yeah.
Where should we go out of Paris, Amsterdam, Cannes? Yeah.
or Berlin.
I'm hoping they vote
I've driven to Berlin, but Berlin is a fucking mission. But if we're tag teaming it, Berlin is doable as well, man.
Berlin, just to tell them they got knocked out in their own home turf.
Go away. We'll do our own Gammon Gathering in Berlin.
Yeah, bit of Gammon Gathering over there.
Yeah.
I'll get nicked. You have to bail me out.
Or maybe
so wait, the people. What do you want to see? Arms House in Amsterdam. Bearing in mind this is a road trip drive there and back. Arms House, in Paris? Yeah,
Paris.
Arms House in Paris.
Yeah.
Arms House in Marseille. Arms House in Cannes, Arms House in Barcelona.
And also, I'm not writing off maybe going up north. We could go Glasgow, Edinburgh.
Arms House in Hull!
Hull! We could go fucking Hull.
Arms House in Hull!
That could be jokes as well, man. But yeah, let us know where you want to see
Bartha, Paris.
But you know what
Amsterdam,
would be? You know what would be
Cannes.
the ultimate one, though. Theme. You know what would be the ultimate one? Yeah. Well, there's two actually, and obviously we couldn't drive there, but Brazil would be the sickest one. If we could go do an arms house in Brazil or in Venezuela.
I like the way you're thinking big.
Or even in Venezuela. Or last week we said maybe in Jamaica if we went to, oh man, now we're dreaming now, but that would be the ultimate one, man. I mean, and you never know. Anything is possible, man. You know what I mean? If you put your mind to it and join the Patreon. Anyway, let's get into this next song. Malik Polo. It's a tune called Time. I was surprised when you sent me this, man. I like Malik Polo. I know him, man. He's a good friend of me and Mutlags. You know what I mean?
Such a good friend. You haven't even heard this tune yet? Ah, good friend, bro.
No, I definitely heard the song. And
top brethren.
I follow him on Insta, so I would have definitely heard it.
I followed David Beckham on Insta.
There we go. No, but he's a really cool dude. He writes Polo, and he's good friends with Time, actually. And Time is doing big things. I know he was out in New York, and he had a gallery thing happening in London not too long ago. And yeah, Time's doing his thing. Time with the throw up. I'll show people here. Mm-hmm. Yo, let's get into this. It's called Time by Malik Polo. Big up my brother Malik. Yeah. He's an immigrant too, you know.
Let me talk to you, walk with you. See me go, no, walk with you. Of course it's you. Got me shaped like a horse's shoe. Incorporate you in my life, report the truth. Aboard the booth, aboard the pen. Can't stop now when I won't stop then. Might stop when. Yeah, my mama got her a new place in the hills. Buy me some land and I'll crop me the field. Top of the real, thicker than seals. Joke with the feels, numb to the pain. Been it before, like over again, so we can pretend. I roll with a 10, you say she a 9.
I like the hook. I like people doing their little singing thing on the hook, man. If it goes, if you can tell they got a bit of flavour.
Yeah, I wish you got it on the low, but you don't really fucking know. Time. Lab, goodbye, bye. Got a chip on my shoulder, so let me talk to you, hey. Yeah, time. Lab, goodbye, bye. Got a chip on my shoulder, so let me talk to you,
Yellow.
Hey. Time. Lab, goodbye, bye. Got a chip on my shoulder, so let me talk to you, hey.
It's a nice vibe.
Time.
It is nice, man.
Lab, goodbye, bye. Yo. Freedom's just an illusion. Make no confusion, I'd rather be smart with the art, I'm a student. Still I teach and I reach, stay amusing. Got a peach in the beach and we choosing. No Amy, just lemon and the blue ting. Got a routine, gotta get bands. See me sweating in my Supreme headband. Please do your research. If I take a L, best believe the cheese hurt. We skirt, seen shorty in a we skirt. Tifa, back to the crib and you know we play FIFA. And she know I don't need her, so she roll with a G, yeah she roll with a leader. Sea breeder, Aquarius flow, but I fuck with this Libra. Like a zebra, got stripes or money like a meter. Senorita, I ain't tryna fuck with the white like a Bieber. See, got Nike tracksuit and a feeler. Yeah, but you don't really fucking know. I wish you got it on the low. Time.
Boy.
You get me.
He's got an ill
Bringing
flow,
them
man.
vibes.
Yeah,
Bringing the vibe.
A real cool, laid-back vibe, man.
Yeah.
I like that. Salute Malik, man.
Talking about vibes.
Yeah.
Let's get into the vibes of Graff.
All right. Do you want to...
One of the majorest, most important vibes there is nice. The reach and the hand style of that said reach.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why we did this. I don't know why, but I think we were talking about it off the pod.
Yeah, and
I
also,
just said, I should mention that.
We've also mentioned a couple times that, you know, people nowadays don't tend to put too much effort.
You don't put enough respect on the name of the tag.
Yeah, people don't put that much effort into their... I think maybe because of people like Tenfoot, you know, legendary writers, he obviously... He has got style and everything, but he's very much more about legibility, capital letters, big and just straight letter
Make
type
sure
thing.
you can read. It says 10 foot.
Yeah, and like, you know, and so maybe a lot of people who like kind of influenced by him just go, yeah, I don't need to do much style to my thing. Whereas there are some writers out there, which I'm sure Theme is going to share with us now, who do put effort into it. There is a long lineage, even out of some of these tags from 73, 75, you know, the stars and the underline and the way some of the letters lean and sit, like, you know, it all goes back to these times. And for me, and I know for Theme as well, we get just as much joy seeing a good tag with a nice marker with a couple drips hanging off it. That looks just as beautiful to me as any fucking wild style masterpiece crazy shit. You know what I mean?
One of the best images to me ever is just the like dusk. It's dusk.
Yeah.
And it's just shop shutters and they're like
shop shutters
down. But there's new reaches and old reaches, and some of the old reaches are quite stained and that, but no one's gone over them. It's gone around them. And there's only like serious, you can get some serious heads on one shutter. And it's just like such a fucking looks like where we live kind of photos. I used to love it so much.
On those old like off licenses, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like the ones in the 90s, they were like a bit grimy, a bit grubby, and you can see they're a bit rusted up and stuff, but just some ill tags, and everyone's placing because you don't want to overlap another tag, so you want yours to stand out a bit
and
more.
It meant so much, and you knew like those people there, they did that at the same time. They were in a group when they did that. He was just walking in the street and caught a reach, like no one ever dogged it because he's a bad man. And then this guy's, you know, I mean, he's from North, but he's sick.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you what we used to do, me and Mutlag, when we were kids, there was like some underpasses near where we lived, and there'd be like the metal door that would have a lock on it. Like obviously it'd have like the electricals for the lighting or whatever in that tunnel, you know, the walkway tunnel, subway, what do they fucking call it?
Subway.
Yeah, whatever. And then, but we used to go down there with fucking screwdrivers and screw off the door if it had ill tags. There was one, and I remember Mutlag had this metal sheet, like this door in his room. It had diet tag in it, had a regret tag on it. It had like who else was on it? Mean PFB. It was just the illest fucking door. We went down there one night just to screw the door off so we could take it home.
I had in the subway for fucking ages. I had this pen. I don't remember what it was. I think it was definitely like homemade because it was all like fucking leaking and shit all over it.
Yeah.
You know, it used to have the lights like in the fucking almost the coping of.
Oh yeah.
In the subway all the way along, but they were like at an angle.
Yeah,
you could just catch these like perfect fucking reaches. Like they were perfect.
You'd have to be careful your trainers though, because it would drip and right on where your trainers are.
This pen and they buffed them all and it stained into the light. It was so fucking. I used to love.
Actually, I remember on a previous episode
they buffed them all and they stayed for years and years and years in stains, years in stains.
Especially like fibbins and certain inks, they just couldn't wipe.
And all the reaches were nice as well. I caught nice reach because the new pen. You mean let's sit.
And when you go deep into it, even like when you're doing like calligraphy, for example, you know, and you're using a pen like a chisel nib, you know, the angle you hold the pen at when you're doing certain letters and the way you would extend
like O's or Z's.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it would go thin in some parts and then wide in the other parts, and then
finish with a big fat E. Like,
there's nothing better than when someone knows what they're fucking doing with a pen, man.
But man had them on lock. Yeah,
even we got a message.
The subway lights. Yeah, get me, man. Was on them. Like you can't tag those subway lights without me battering you, bro. You see me 2-2s. Yeah.
And we had a message. I remember. I'll never forget from a previous episode. I can't remember what we were talking about, but Fret, big up Fret, CBM. He said that back in the day, he used to go out with his pen and a cloth because he didn't want to fuck up the nib of his pen. So he'd go like all surfaces, you know, usually they're grimy or they got mud on it or dust on it. He'd wipe the surface first with his thing so it wouldn't fuck up his pen. And I think a lot of people did that back then because, you know, you had to
he had a lot of reaches back in the day.
Because back then, a lot. He was a bomber. And the thing is, back then...
look quite clean, man. It's because he's wiping it down, bro.
It wasn't like you could go...
getting a fat reach.
And like now, you can buy supplies readily from anywhere. Whereas back then, not only were they racking all their shit, but like it was harder to come by. So when you had your pens and your utility, you had to take care of that shit. You know what I mean? You weren't so loosey-goosey about it, you know what I mean? So even man was wiping down walls before he was tagging him just so his pen doesn't get fucked. Yellow theme, come on, let's get into this, man.
I'm just muting my mic while the missus takes a massive jungle piss.
For fuck's sakes. It's like a yellow cable. I'm gonna give her one of these, man.
Mummy, everyone can hear you having pee-pee.
No, that don't believe you.
Let it look, theme. Come on, don't embarrass her, man. Leave it to it. Come on, send me a flick, theme. Put your mic back on. Yeah, there we go. Was she pissing like a racehorse?
Like a racehorse straight out the jungle, like a donkey straight out of the jungle. So for me, on the old reaches, I've never been one for like all sort of bare different shit above it. It has to be like, and to the side of it, underneath it, and I do like that shit on like certain kind of reaches. But I've always just liked clean, crisp, almost featureless reaches. Like they could be standalone. They have no circles above them and arrows and shit beneath and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I've just looking at these, I can see like that's actually true because I've sent you some. And then I've got other reaches where they do have a lot of flair, but they're just certified bad man anyway.
All right.
So it's more about reaches that I fucking just thought were Sergio Bang Bang.
Okay, cool. Bring it on, man. Let me see. I'm anxious.
Right. So first, I'll send you one from round R Manor. You got it?
Oh, there we go. Classico. It says
classical,
regret.
classical. Just that kind of nice. You can tell the geezer can paint.
Yo, first, let me say, the first one he sent me is a pen tag. And the second one he sent me
it twice.
Is done in a blue spray can. Looks like on a shutter of some sort. Regret, Regret. I think he was from North London, right? Or Northwest? Or no, he was
West. I just remember seeing that a lot.
He was a lot around this neck of the woods. Him and Sept, I think he used to write. Were they in RCS as well? Fuck, I can't even remember, man. What crew were they in? Shit, I can't remember.
I'm not talking about crews. I'm talking about the reaches.
The reaches, yo, and that first one, the top one, the pen tag.
Nice, bruv.
Oh, mate. Like I was saying with the italic.
The second E, the E's are sick in that reach, bruv. Sick.
Yes. And
when you do your reaches like that with the pen, fair enough. When you can do it like nice with the spray can as well, and people clock that you're doing, he does his reach exactly the same when he's holding paint. Just
yeah, and I love it.
That's a noticeable thing when catching a reach.
And I love those in-between lines where usually if you're writing with a pen, you would lift the pen off the piece of paper. But when you're doing tags, usually you press down and you don't let go until you finish the tag. That's when, especially bombers who do it a lot, they tend to do that. And I love those in-between bits. You know what I mean? Like the connecting bits.
Like idea, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He would kind of catch a reach like that. I like that kind of clip, what you were just saying.
Yeah, man. Oh, there we go. Oh dear, tag.
But then we're getting onto someone you might like this. The image isn't very good, but I couldn't find any. It's difficult to find the reaches and not just that. It's just dubs and pieces and what's not.
Of course, yeah.
I'm looking for like decent hand style reaches. I always love these geezers kind of fucking reaches.
One of my favorites, man. Asia. Or here it says Aysher. He used to do that sometimes. Aysher. That's on a train, on the inside of a train, but done in spray paint. Yeah, Asia was a don.
In a nice white fucking the everything about that reach is sick. It's on the train. It's done in 1992.
Yeah, we used to hang out with him and we used to just love watching him do tags, man. Like we used to
just love watching him get reaches. I'm not fucking kidding. Hell, you know what I mean?
I'm not even kidding. And he was an ill piecer as well. And he did.
But the style in it, you can see the style in it. Mm-hmm. It means something, and they're all like that.
That S.
He didn't have any shit reaches.
Yeah, man.
And you can instantly tell that the guy's got style, that he can do fucking outlines, that he's whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking, we used to grow up around these kind of like Mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mean is a fucking reach maestro.
Yo, Mean's bombing is ill. And also theme, like
Look at that, bruv. Bosh.
Oh, that Mean.
And been around for ages and still getting reaches on your mother's ass.
This is a relatively newer style of his. I know he had a different style back in the day.
Yeah, and then we've got the old school Meaner kind of style, the PFB.
Oh, there we go. That's one of the older ones. Yes. I love that, man. I love when a letter as well, opposite from what I was saying before about not lifting the pen off the wall or letting go the spray can. Mean, obviously, he'd do each letter individually, but the tops are the E's. You see, he'd do an L.
Yeah. The top of the second E is sick on that Meaner reach.
Yeah, man.
Meaner.
And the PFB and then the B at the end going whoop and underlining it. You know what I mean? A little flick in the end.
And again, seeing it everywhere. That reach would be on a lot of shop shutters around us.
Yes.
Like Ladbroke Grove, Shepherd's Bush, all of that. Battered everywhere, Acton.
And when he didn't do a Meaner and he just did Mean, the N, he'd always do a up the last line at the end, and he'd go back down like it is on there, but then he'd go round like that and do a little arrow at the end.
Yeah.
He'd always do that. You know, I remember that was like kind of his thing.
But you can see the kind of reaches that I really, really like.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I can see. These all legendary writers as well that you've shared so far.
Yo, go across the pond.
Oh, here we go.
Across the pond. Easy. When I went to New York a few times in the 90s, Easy and Jaws had absolutely fucking smashed it.
Yeah.
Like, smashed it beyond belief. To where I couldn't, everywhere I went. And I really like the Easy.
Wow. Yeah, Easy.
It's not my kind of reach, and it's not my kind of this kind of style I usually like that. It's just because it was battered, and it's some of them are a one-time reach. You can tell,
yeah,
just straight off,
exactly,
and done a billion times.
Yeah, I really like this one as well, man. I'm not too familiar with Easy. I've definitely seen it before, but yeah, that's dope, man. I like the S and just the bounce of the letters, how they look. Really cool, man.
Staying across the pond.
And here we go,
Zephyr.
I know you've brought him up a couple times when you talk about Handstyles. This one is obviously on a computer or something.
Really got that many.
Yeah, but I've seen him do
the
that.
kind, the style.
It's ill. And that one,
Zephyr,
he influenced so many people. You can even see the influence on Easy that Zephyr had with the Y. You know what I mean?
And Mean.
And Mean as well, yeah.
And Mean. Do you know what I mean?
That R.
You're just a second-rate Mean, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
That R on the Zephyr as well, the flick at the end, man. Too ill.
The Revolt reach at the bottom of this, the Dr. Revolt. He loved all of his pieces and shit anyway.
Yeah, Revolt.
But I couldn't really find good... Again, when you're actually looking for reaches...
It's difficult. Yeah, I know. People don't tend to take photos of pieces, of tags. They usually concentrate on the dubs or the pieces or whatever.
Sending you a couple of my reaches from back in the day.
You see?
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
This is when I started the crew. Do you know what I mean? This was around... I can't remember the first reach. It was about 93. Second reach is a bit later.
These are Shuto tags, by the way. Themes.
Look at that reach in orange, bruv.
That one's next level crazy.
Look at the reach in black on the shop shutter, bruv. Handstyle.
Super dope, man. Shuto. And you can tell as well, as someone who's good at tagging, who puts importance on their tag, you can see the influence from the tag to their piecing style. Like the crossover there. You can tell the shape of the letter, the aggressiveness of the letters, the bounce of the letters. It translates into their piecing and
exactly.
All
that stuff. That's the telltale sales of signs of style.
Yeah, man. Here we go.
You know what I'm saying?
This is Snatch 1 PFB, London. There's a K-line tag at the top as well. There's
a K-line sick hand.
He had the inside
hand styles.
He had the
That's why I didn't crop this one. I was gonna just get the Snatch.
Yeah.
But the K-line was there. So
yeah, big up K-line. He listens to the pod as well. He said he might. I asked him if he'd want to come on as a guest. Keen, aka K-line. So we may well.
Ridiculously sick stars.
Yeah. Really
Old
cool.
Keen Rock
I just
Man
remember
style.
him on every district line coming home from school, going to school. He had the doors, you know, the doors that go between
Doors
the carriages.
between the carriage,
Just in a biggie
with
pen
the
with
baddest
ribbons.
reaches on,
Just K-line, K-line on every single fucking door, man, on every single train at one point. Yeah, he murked it back then, man.
But I think he was in East, no?
To be honest, I have no idea. I
think he's proper like East. And we were catching those reaches as
they were coming our neck of the woods, coming west. Yeah, but Snatch as well. Snatch, legendary dude, you know, influenced so many. Look at that, the top of the T. He's like done the line, but then just gone whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Just like crazy isms. And that little star
it's still decent. It's not toy.
Yeah, it's wicked.
You know what I mean?
And it matches up.
I love
with
that
G,
kind of shit.
And it matches up with the G going round, whoop, whoop, and then round and then up. And yeah, maybe that's a bit extra, I think, that the bit on the right. But whatever, it still looks cool.
I like this reach.
Listen, Thee, can I tell you one thing that me and Mutlaq used to do again when we were doing tags back in the day? You see the star that everyone does. Everyone does kind of their own version of the star.
Yeah, I remember that. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. We used to...
Because I remember you telling me.
I think I might have mentioned this on the pod already, but that was like our litmus test on if you were good at using a pen.
Good at graph.
You did the star bit, you know what I mean? And where it crossed over, if there wasn't too big a gaps inside the star. It seems like such a simple thing to do, but it's tricky to get it perfect, you know? Anyway, Spasm. You just sent Spasm to me. Yes, Spasm. Where was he from, man? I remember this dude.
Oh, but look at this. I'm so glad I found this. I used to go on the district line with this geezer.
Here we go.
For like end to end. There was a stage when Puzzler had scratchies or insides on like every window on every carriage.
Yeah, I remember.
You just do it broad daylight anyway, but he had that. Every single reach was nice, man.
Yeah, man. Puzzler. Look at
Big
that.
him up now. Now he's like shooting pheasants and like owning mansions and shit.
Oh, yeah.
OOH reach on there, out of hand. Bruh.
No, I remember them lot, man.
Drop me out.
And Alien and Puzzler. I think they were mates with dogs.
But Puzzler, you could do like P-U-Z, you could do Puzzle, you could do Puzzler, P-U-Z-L-A, P-U-Z-L-E-R, P-U-Z-L, then small a. Like you could just do like whatever.
It's a good word, man. Puzzler. It's a dope word.
Puzzler, P-U-Z-A-L-E-A. You know what I mean? Like it was sick. He really got us into insides. Me and Cheat.
Yeah, I remember.
And he did have it on all of them, bruv.
Yeah, 2007. I like that. That whole thing it looks cool, man. I don't know what pen he used though. It was a bit of a shitty marker though. It looks like it. But
yeah, but scratchies, they came out exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah. And again, I love how it's connected. All the letters are connected together.
Oh yeah, I should send you that page because on that page of one of the regret reaches, on the same page is our very own Amber SDF.
Oh, bring on down to your mom's house.
To your mom's
Is that from the London Handstyles book? Yeah.
Yeah, and big up that book.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've got all those. I've got all those kind of things, man.
Is it Ode who put that book together? I think it was Ode who put that.
Yeah, Ode. Yeah.
So salute to Ode for doing that because that was
made a packet, quit his job, fucked off. You know what I mean?
I don't like that tag too much, but you know it's all right.
The Amber.
It's all right.
Yeah, you've really gone. I must admit, you've really gone into this kind. This is like it became a new style, and now you've gone fully into it.
You know why?
The kind of elongated from top to bottom reach. And you've done a lot of them. I was going to say, I've seen a lot of reaches around.
Around the way. But I'm going to send
just
you
around. Hey, yo, I've seen you around, son.
I tell you what, sometime in the future, I'll do my favorite hand styles, but I am going to send you this one though, just to show you why, where I got that from. Yeah, I got that from this guy from Philadelphia called Cadism. I just sent that over to you now. See how he does that elongated and it kind of a little bit flaring on the ends.
Yeah, I can imagine you did that, Kate. Exactly that, Kate.
And they call it the wicked style. That's the name of it. It's like a wicked. That's what they call it, like wicked style.
Philadelphia has different styles, though, doesn't it?
Philly go crazy with the tagging, like specifically
with the tagging hand styles. Yeah,
is a very important thing in the.
They're all about that life.
They all about that lifestyle, yo.
But yeah, I'll send you some Bates reaches because he's put all the little doodahs and the bim bobs and all that on it. But if you got style, a bit like Asia.
Yeah,
if you got style like that, you can do a reach.
Oh man, his S's are ill and the B's are ill. And again, you can see from his piecing style and his dub styles and his tag styles, there's a through line there completely, man. I really
when
like
you
that.
got style, it doesn't have to be this bit the same in proportion. It's just got to have this flow to it.
Yeah.
From the start of reading it right through it till the end, it has this kind of ingenious flow to it. That's when you have a reach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if the thing at the bottom, like the squiggle and the arrow, if that adds to that, then it's not like. But if it doesn't, it completely fucks it up.
It's like, especially toys, like it's very TB toy behavior when
especially exactly. And this is the kind of thing that catches the toys' eye, and they're like, "Yo, they put arrows and they put this and it's not like that, man. Those are like incredibly well placed." If you think about it, because anywhere else, and other writers like us would be like, "Oh, you just fucked it up."
They're used to enhance the tag, not to hide your lack of style.
Et voila.
You know what I mean?
Et voila.
That's what toys do. When they got no style, they try and dress it up with stars and exclamation points and underlines and all sorts of weird shit, and it just makes it look whacker. So please don't do that, guys. All right? Shit. Theme, those are great, man. You got any more or?
I sent you a score, and then
there we go.
There's people I wanted to do shout. I wanted to shout out Sick, who we've had on. His hand style is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, Sick is.
I didn't put a fume photo on, but I did use the like the late 90s kind of almost hand style. Beautiful.
Yeah, and he's
zombie.
I know Sick,
fucking beautiful.
I know Sick is deep into his calligraphy as well, so he puts a lot of that into his tagging, especially as of late.
Yeah, we'll end on this one.
Right. Hey, Casby, but this is like a relatively new one, I think, or maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know.
You either got style or you don't have style.
Casby,
you don't lose your style. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man.
And Coochie 32 and Imaze and Splat, and Nerve and those got Met, Rem, iRock. These kind of reaches I remember seeing, bruv.
So ill. Bap.
Ode.
Kiss 42. Fucking.
Kiss 42. Key.
147.
Like, I can't find these fucking reaches. And when you're not looking, you see like all the time.
You flick past them, yeah.
I couldn't find any of these fucking cunts.
Yeah, I know.
But certain heads, Vizzo used to get sick reaches, bruv.
Yeah. Vizzo.
Figaro. When Figaro, you see actual Figaro reaches.
Diet is one of my favorites of all time. He had different styles.
Figaro reach. El Figaro.
Figaro. Also, Tizer. I want to big up Tizer ID.
Tizer.
He's got ill hand style.
Mention. Yeah, I was thinking to mention him.
He puts a lot of importance.
Ill hand style
on his tags. Yeah. Anyone else? People in the comments. Leave comments below. Let us know whose hand styles we didn't mention.
I used to like Teach's thing. Even when he went a bit crazy with the different, I used to love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not thinking of some at the moment, man. So please, people, let us know. Maybe from some of the earlier heads, you know what I mean? Maybe some people from that generation could let us know.
Yeah, like you said, big up Keen, because those fucking reaches were fucking nasty, bruv.
No doubt, man.
Too cold.
Yeah.
Too cold insides.
Yeah.
Ganja reaches. Big ganja reaches.
Yo.
Devise is
tagged.
I've seen the Devise reaches like that, which made me look at them for fucking billions of years.
I went bombing with him a couple times, man, and yeah, it was great watching him do
pencil reaches done from back in the day. Just ridiculously sick.
Yo, rest in peace, Devise.
Mind-bogglingly good, bro.
No doubt, man. I'm trying to think more others. There's some Parisian writers with ill hand styles. There's some great German writers with ill hand styles that I just can't think of.
Oh, Roan. I used to like Roan from Holland.
Yeah.
Have I told you the story about Roan? When
you went to his house. Yeah, you told. That's where we got.
And then
the
I was
whole...
thinking, you said, "Do you know any international writers?" I was like, "No." And then that was the only one I could think of
that was
really
the story that brought us the whole. Do you think I need to paint that yellow BR, bruv? That was that story. Yes.
That was a good impression.
I forgot which episode. I mean, I've heard that how many fucking times? At least 90 times. Well, double 90 because it's at the beginning of every episode and the end of every episode. Anyway, that was beautiful theme, man. Nice trip down memory lane.
To get your hand styles, kids,
people,
man, and catch reaches because they mean a lot. Get decent pens and get good reaches in certain spots.
Yes.
Brother, black reach on the there's a brick wall at the end of a block of shops, end of terrace. There's like a white bit in the middle and it goes around the corner a bit. Just get a reach there. Get a reach there. Yes. Get a reach on the green box, bruv.
Yeah.
The BT box, bruv. Get a reach.
On the train doors, on the insides. I mean, they get...
Earl's Court. Walk up the stairs. Train pulls in. Used to lean off the edge and catch reaches on the top bit of the curve.
Oh, yeah.
Just in plain fucking daylight.
Yeah.
With your mate, do you remember how good back in the day it was if you were telling your mate to keep eyes or keep dog?
Yeah.
That meant like you could basically do it. You could get away with anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you're relying on like some geezer who's like just fucking, whatever, licked off his nut.
Yeah. Exactly.
Going, I'll keep dog of the entirety of Earl's Court Station, yeah? All 4 platforms, the walkway above, the front and the back, the people coming out of the Piccadilly up from underground. Yeah, I'll do it all. Yeah, you just get a reach. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Do you remember catching dog?
There is an art to keeping dog, man. That's the thing. And a lot of people are very bad at it, man. You know what I mean?
I used to get a lot of reaches standing up there.
Yeah.
And they would stay for fucking ever.
Yeah, man.
For fucking ever.
I remember getting reaches. You know the old buses, before the windows used to open like that, they used to slide, yeah? And then you could stick your whole arm out. And we learnt how to do our tags backwards, yeah? Oh, no, not back, like do it without looking, you know what I mean? And we used to just write our names along the top of the double-deckers, you know what I mean? And then you'd see it once you get off the bus.
Yeah, banging.
Yeah.
Those were banging reaches back then. Hanging out the top of the bus.
And we used to learn to do our tags backwards as well. So we do it on the glass, like big. And then when you're outside, you can see it the right way around. You know what I mean? Like that's how much tagging we did. We learned how to do it backwards. You know what I'm saying?
And if you didn't have paint, you could still go out and go tagging. Do you know what I mean? With pens or shit that you'd made.
Or you'd even just break a bottle. So you have a bit of shard of glass and you could just scratch it in. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yalla theme, brother.
Slapped a few Arms House stickers on the old Piccadilly on the way home with the missus.
Yeah.
She's saying, no, don't do that. Fuck that.
Sick. Yo, party
Episode
people.
90, bruv.
That was
done in a Dominican Republic bandana.
Yes. Yo, party people, again, send us questions. We'll do some graph critique. We're not going to do it this time. We'll do it next time. We've had plenty of photos to chat about this episode. So yeah,
true.
All the links are below. What was I going to say? There's a music.
Send in your blood clot questions or your blood clot opinions or your blood clot whatever. Send it in.
Or if you want to send us
voice note,
a book or anything,
it in, man.
Send us shit, man.
What are you talking about?
Send us t-shirts. We'll wear them on the pod.
We get more messages from people saying on a voice note, yeah, I would send a voice note, but I don't like the sound of my voice. Yeah. And we do fucking questions. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is that?
You know what I mean? Get involved, people, man. Get involved. Now, I want to go out on this tune that I just heard last week. I think I even posted it on the Instagram. It's a French producer called Bexblu. And now, there's this software now, like where you can, I forget, I think on Serato it's called Stems, but there's many different programs you can use where you can separate, like create your own acapellas now. You know what I mean? You put in the song, and then you can separate the horns from it. You can get the drums out of it on its own. Like it's crazy now with technology.
Nice. We need that though. We do need that.
So this guy Bexblu, he took the acapellas from a bunch of like grime freestyles. Yeah, from grime artists where they're like just, in the street, like freestyling to like some mad grime beat. And then he's like taking the acapellas out and then put like real smooth, chilled hip hop beats behind them, man. And because because grime is like double time.
So you did the Wiley one.
Yeah, I'm going to play that one. Bexblu. This one's called 100 Months.
And those are very famous bars as well, bruv.
Yeah, exactly. Super famous freestyle from Wiley. I think Skepta comes in afterwards as well. And yeah, it's just a dope freestyle. But the beat they originally did it on was quite a naff beat, to be honest, if you listen to the original one. But this one is just, he's done like a slow beat so that they're double timing over it. And it just sounds ill, man. So let's go out to Bexblu, 100 months. Themos. Salute, my
100 months, 90 episodes. Arms house to your mum's house. Tell your mates. Send a question. Stop being a nonce. Arms house.
Bad 'em up once. If you wanna come and take man for a dunce. I've been on the grind for 100 months and I ain't stopped doing music not once. Bad 'em up once. If you wanna come and take man for a dunce. I've been on the grind for 100 months and I ain't stopped doing music not once. See, the bars are right, they're like scriptures. I'm famous and everybody takes pictures. I had faith since decks and mixers. And you're a non-believer, so I can't see you in the distance. Picture the game as a whole is healthy like the boy of it and OT business. Jay's my witness, I'm a musician, I'm Skepta.
Nice,
Three of us
man,
talk,
this.
then we make a decision. You know me, I've got good vision. Rude boy, listen. Don't fuck about to be a rude boy missing when the game starts. I'm a Halloween kid, I got the good snakes hissing. Me, the shot that you couldn't really see made the dream come true after years of wishing, after years of dissing, after years of swinging. Still do the crime and walk, no, because everything seems cloudy. I've never been robbed in a game cause I'm rowdy. Carry on, I would take a hammer to your Audi. I'm like a soldier from Saudi, you're not bad round me. Wanna see D try and hound me. It's next week and you still ain't bound me. Start stringing when I drive through boundary. And where's Lethal? We ain't in. 27 big achiever. E2 had the Perseger. Blood I emerged out of jungle fever. Volume 1 creeper, Roman street sweeper. Don't get gashed by the hour route where I get gashed by the meter. Swell out senior, Lemons will lean ya. E3 teacher, LOM preacher, UK speaker, Trinidad bloodline. St. Paul soldier, Polo from the one next door neighbor, Eskimo raver, Hellstone visitor, Meridian resident, senior man with president, shower man, all South soldiers, don't fear elders, never had youngers, age ain't nothing but numbers, cause the 17-year-olds roll with a pump, but I'm a temple tourer, champagne borer, Winchmore warrior, class A courier, crime scene ambassador, duffy maker, 4-4 savior, Ali Pally jungle raver, entry ticket and a borer, fresh haircut with a side parting and a border, Selby Centre explorer, private caller ignorer, I'm a Esky dance keeper, get the weed cheaper, quantum leaper, the Tottenham High Street. SDB beater, 8-star reader, 4 times community service breacher. Basic jail, the case beater. Robbery, burglary, dad got nicked cause of me. The police thought I was a pawn shop dealer. Back in the day, I was a wheeler and dealer. Fly to west where the sky is blue and the grass is greener. Will Smith jeans suit, Air Max Typhoon, Chungash beater. Yeah, know Jenny, but I don't know Rita. Plus, my mum's family come from Antigua. You come from west, but you don't know Younger or the Beaver. I was in Carnival, Gloria, back in the east and west side leaders. Man, a bad man, man, a breeders. Yo!
Do you think I need to go and paint that yellow BR, bruv?